Most Amazing Top Teners, how are you doing today? Well, I hope. I'm Rebecca Felgate, this is Most Amazing Top 10, and guys, the Simpsons have done it again.
Simpsons did it! Simpsons did it!
Once again, these Simpsons have predicted the future, this time with Lady Gaga's epic Super Bowl performance. We all know that they have scary accuracy when it comes to what lies ahead of us, and I'm starting to think that, you know what, maybe we should be paying more attention to their episodes. So in light of that, here is the part 2 of the top 10 times the Simpsons predicted the future. Coming in at number 10, we have Lady Gaga's flying dive at Super Bowl 51. In a 2012 episode, Lisa Goes Gaga, we see an eerily accurate performance by Lady Gaga that she would later come to recreate in real life under 5 years later. Like in the episode, Lady Gaga's performance at Super Bowl 51 halftime show saw her wearing a similarly futuristic outfit with some knee-high boots, although we do note that the fire cone bra was missing, which is a bit of a shame. Gaga dangled on wire as she dove across the audience in the episode of The Simpsons, which is exactly what happened on the night. In The Simpsons, an army of drones lit up the sky in the shape of a hat, whereas in real life, Gaga instead had lights forming an American flag. Next up, some are saying The Simpsons even went as far as to predict the Super Bowl 51 scoreline, so we have this coming on in at number 9, we have the Patriots versus the Falcons. This image is currently doing the rounds on social media. It is supposedly a still image from the Simpsons episode which has the Patriots playing the Falcons. In this episode, the Patriots were said to win by 31-23. Although the final scoreline is wrong, some are saying the series still predicted the game and the win. However guys, I really hate to tell you, but this is fake. The gods of The Simpsons are pretty good, but this is not their work. This is actually a doctored photo. Here's the original. Boo! Don't mess with the seers at The Simpsons, they will tell you what they want you to know and only what they want you to know. Coming in at number 8, we have Homer discovers Higgs boson particle. Homer is traditionally considered to be somewhat stupid, but he made one exceptionally brainy discovery which calls into question all of our beliefs about the donut-loving dope. In a 1998 episode of The Simpsons called The Wizards of Evergreen Terrace, Homer appears to create the equation that predicts Higgs boson particle. This was a whole 14 years before scientists discovered what is often referred to as the God particle. Some of the writers on The Simpsons are said to be mathematicians, which may explain it. Although to be honest, how they came so close to calculating the mass of the elementary particle is absolutely baffling. As for Homer, maybe those classic dolls are just a big facade. Coming into number 7, we have the Beatles replying to fan mail. In a 1991 episode of The Simpsons, we see a young Marge painting an image of one of the Beatles, Ringo Starr, and then mailing it to him in the 60s. She says, you know what, she never got a reply. Then we see Ringo in England deciding to respond to fan mail he received 30 years ago. He then goes on to reply to Marge and asks her to forgive the lateness of his reply. In real life, Beatles member Paul McCartney replied to a letter and recording sent by a fan 50 years earlier. Maybe he watched that episode of The Simpsons and was inspired. Who knows? In at number 6, we have The Shard. In an episode in 1995 called Lisa's Wedding, we see Lisa on a trip to London. Again, this is 1995, so it is really weird when we see Big Ben, a famous London landmark, and we see behind it a pointy skyscraper. Now this is behind Tower Bridge and looks very much like London's latest landmark, The Shard, and it's almost exactly in the right place. The thing is though, The Shard didn't even begin construction until 2009 and was finally finished in 2012, 17 years later. In at number 5, we have malfunctioning election voting machines. In a 2008 episode of The Simpsons, Homer was shown attempting to vote for Barack Obama in the United States presidential election. But instead of voting for the Democrat, his vote was changed by a faulty voting machine that instead kept selecting Republican McCain. Almost this exact same thing happened in 2012 in the state of Pennsylvania when a voting machine was removed from a polling booth after it was caught on camera changing a voter's vote from Barack Obama to Mitt Romney. The 17-second video was uploaded to YouTube and has received over 10 million views. In at number 4, we have Greece's economic decline. In a 2012 episode, Politically Inept with Homer Simpson, we see a rolling banner on a news station that reads, "Europe puts Greece on eBay," which is obviously a bit of a joke, although a very untimely joke. Greece's economic meltdown didn't happen until 2015, when it became the first country to default on an IMF loan repayment. Someone after this did actually jokingly list Greece on eBay, but it was then taken down. Coming in at number 3, can it be true? Did The Simpsons predict Harambe? 10 years before the senseless killing of Harambe in Cincinnati Zoo, The Simpsons aired an episode in which Bart, a young boy, is taken by a gorilla into the gorilla enclosure. In the episode, he is rescued by Rod Flanders, but in real life, as we know, it didn't go so well. Slightly more tenuous than other things on this list, but nonetheless, this image still went viral after being posted on social media. Okay, this next one is absolutely crazy. In at number 2, we have Siegfried and Roy Tiger Mauling. The Simpsons predicted a real-life tiger attack a whole 10 years before it happened. In 1993, they aired an episode called Springfield, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love Legalized Gambling. In this episode, the German-American magicians and their entertainers dance with a white tiger, which then turns on them and attacks. 10 years later in 2003, Roy, of Siegfried and Roy, was mauled by one of the pair's white tigers backstage at a casino. He lived, but he has been, in his own words, a little handicapped ever since. In at number 1, how did they possibly know? Did The Simpsons predict the Ebola outbreak? Ebola was not really a concern at the time that the Lisa's Sax episode aired in 1997, so why then did it feature on a book in the Simpsons household? Marge tries to get Bart out of bed by thrusting a book called Curious George and the Ebola virus at him. Ebola has of course been around for years, but was reasonably quiet on a global scale until 2013, when a West African outbreak threatened a global pandemic. So guys, is this a case of life imitating art, or do the people at The Simpsons know more than we think they do? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Also, if you like this video, A, give us a thumbs up, but B, let me know if you want us to do a part 3, because the guys at The Simpsons have predicted so many things so well that actually, I think we can make a part 3. I've been Rebecca Felgate, this has been Most Amazing Top 10. If you want to leave me some comments down there, I'll try and respond to as many as I possibly can, but for now, give me those thumbs up, share this video with someone that likes The Simpsons and also wants to know the future, and of course stay subscribed to our fabulous channel for more top 10 lists, and I will see you guys next time.